Philip. Let's get right to what Americans are talking about. Compassion, empathy, the moral high ground, all have fallen victim to Donald Trump's presidencies. But tonight, we're seeing a new low after the deaths of Hollywood icon Rob Reiner and his wife, producer Michelle Singer Reiner. The couple's son, Nick, is now in police custody, booked on suspicion of murder. Nick has spoken publicly about struggling with addiction, going to rehab, and experiencing homelessness. Tonight, as tributes and condolences continue to pour in for the Reiners, Trump used this moment to mock Reiner's death, saying he had Trump derangement syndrome. And when asked about his comments today, the president doubled down.
I wasn't a fan of his at all. He was a deranged person as far as Trump is concerned. He became like a deranged person, Trump derangement syndrome. So I was not a fan of Rob Reiner at all in any way, shape, or form.
It's not just Democrats, but some conservatives are criticizing Trump's response. Evangelical Russell Moore called the comments vile and disgusting. Marjorie Taylor Greene called the deaths a family tragedy and said it's not about politics. And here's what Senator John Kennedy said Trump should have done instead.
A wise man once said nothing. Why? Because he's a wise man. I think President Trump should have said nothing.
All right, we've got a great group that are here. Let's start with you. When it comes to that comment you just heard there, a wise man says nothing. It's that old adage, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. Is that what should have happened with President Trump?
I was 9, 10, 11 years old where my grandfather, of whom I'm named after, Artie Aidala, taught me that lesson. I think I was being critical about someone or something, and he was like, hey, Artie, you know what? If you don't have anything nice to say, just don't say anything at all. And I believe that's what the president did when the vice president, Dick Cheney, died. I think he didn't really acknowledge it whatsoever, and I think that would have been the wise choice here. And even if he did, if he couldn't help himself but say something critical, you have to say, look, I never liked Rob Reiner. We never got along. He was so overly critical of me. But what happened to him and his family was so horrific and so tragic that the nation should pray for them.
Why doesn't the president rise to the occasion? When it comes to these sorts of things, we see kind of over and over again, his responses are often less than humane.
Well, I agree with Arthur. I think he should have said nothing. Look, I'm not surprised that Donald Trump didn't have anything nice to say about Mr. Reiner. Reiner was one of his most vocal critics and did for, basically a decade say he should be in prison, called him a fascist, etc.